Welcome back once again to another amazing adventure in game development. This is Building Shit. With me, MabusGames. What's going on, everybody? How are you? Alright, fuck. Okay, so... here's where I'm at right now. Move this screen over a little bit there. Alright, there we go. Alright, so here's where I'm at right now. I basically got two choices. My face looks different. I shaved. I said, fuck it, I need to shave. So I shaved. Baby's ass smooth. If you could strike a match on a baby's ass. How's it going, Joey Hicks? Alright, so things I like. I like the foliage. I like how when you paint the material onto the ground, it gives you an automatic foliage layer, which really isn't all that bad. Performance is pretty good. I absolutely fucking hate the mountain texture. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Honestly, it's god-awful. The texture tiling, the color, I don't like anything about it. Honestly, I like this a whole lot more, but I can't exactly make a mountain out of this. It's got the wrong shit. Just the wrong shit. So what I did is I went in and found, I didn't really find, I went and grabbed one of the Mega Scans Icelandic things. In this case, I'm going with rock face. But this material, the landscape material for the forest, doesn't really behave in a way that I'm actually familiar with. So what you had to do, layer 8. Layer 7. Doesn't really matter. This is called layer 8. I should probably make adjustments to all of this. So what you have to do is go in and copy this layer, but it doesn't give me the shit that I would normally use for a material such as displacement, roughness. All I can really use is the albedo and the normal, and then it's got this other shit here. A masks layer, and then a base color adjustment layer. Which, whatever. As long as these end up working, that should be great. But I do need to follow along with this tutorial for a minute here, so I can figure out what the fuck he's plugging in. Doji, what's going on, man? I'm gonna open this up on YouTube.
Hello,
Let's find out.
Tier 3D. In this video I want to show you
This one he actually talks.
new layers in Landscape Pro. Open the material of Landscape Pro version 2 and select the last layer.
Hey, yeah, did that.
Make right click on the selection and click duplicate. Alternative, you can press Ctrl plus W. Don't forget to rename the new layer to the correct name and connect the tessellation fade distance.
Alright, I already did that. Although this, I should probably get the underscore back in. Blender with half an erection. Heard. trying to add an additional material into here so I can repaint.
Then go to the Layer Blend node and create 2 new layers. One for
Alright, haven't done that. That's this guy. Bitch. Look at me. One for petals or puddles, one for not.
the normal layer and one
Actually,
for
gotta
puddle
kill the
paint.
music here for a minute.
In both layers, select LB Height Blend as blend type. Now you can connect the new layer with the Layer Blend node.
Back that up.
And create 2 new layers. One for the normal layer and one for puddle painting.
Normal layer. One for puddle painting.
In both layers, select LB Height Blend as blend type.
Layer name is layer underscore 8. Hey, baby. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Nothing like some good old ogre action. Gonna flex and rip her dick off. Bitching about video memory. A 2060. Got the RTX 2060. And it usually does that after I've added a whole bunch of shit. And then I restart it and it says, oh, never mind. Sorry, our bad. I should probably get another memory card, a new graphics card. But I'm not going to right now. It's an orc, you uncultured swine. Orc, ogre. It's all green to me, baby. The second one should be layer 8 puddles, huh? Either puddles.
Now you can connect the new layer with the Layer Blend node.
Did this right or
That's
not?
it. Save the material and check out the material instance. There you can see the new layer.
That's it? That's all of it? That's all you're going to tell me? You're not gonna tell me how to fucking switch out the fucking all that bullshit?
In some cases, you need to restart Unreal Engine 4 editor to get the new layer in Landscape Paint tool.
That's all you're gonna say.
And click
You
duplicate.
cunt.
Alternative, you can press Ctrl plus W. Don't forget to rename the new layer to the correct name and connect the tessellation fade distance. Then go to the Layer Blend node and create two new layers. One for the normal layer and one for puddle painting. In both layers, select LB Height Blend as blend type.
LB Height Blend as blend type. What? Say that again?
One for the normal layer and one for puddle painting. In both layers, select LB Height Blend as blend type.
Height Blend as blend type.
Now you can connect the new layer with the Layer Blend node.
Let's see what this fucking dude just did. Say that again, motherfucker. I'd say it clear. Is this the high resolution setting? Quality 80.
Now you can connect the new layer with the Layer Blend node.
How come he got... essentially, Doji, what I'm doing exactly
and click duplicate.
is making a new layer
you can press Ctrl plus
to change
W.
the rocky face, but it's being a douchebag.
Don't forget to rename the new layer to the correct name and connect the tessellation fade distance. Then go to the Layer Blend node and create two new layers. One for the normal layer and one for puddle painting. In both layers, select LB Height Blend as blend type.
Okay, pause that.
Now you can
Shut up.
connect the new layer with the Layer Blend node.
There. Puddles. Big blend. Only connects just that, yeah? Ah, no. Okay. Back to this again. Motherfucker, listen, give me the goddamn mouse. Thank you. Save that. Okay.
That's it. Save the material and check out the material instance. There you can see the new layer. In some cases you need to restart Unreal Engine.
Alright. The material instance. This over to maps. Perform v2 instance. That. One and a half. Might have to restart it. Let's restart it. Not so bad. Just wrapped on a project at the beginning of last month. And I'm sitting here fucking with setting up a nice portfolio scene. Do a little camera fly through. Let's see what happens. See, this looks good. My mountain does not look as good. Oh, that one was a contract. Like, this whole thing was a contract. And nothing. Well, fuck. That's not going to do goddamn dick, but we're going to see what happens. It certainly is pissing me off. Well, what the hell, man? I followed your steps, you asshole. What did I miss? Watch it again.
Hello, this is STF3D. In this video I want to show you how you can create new layers in Landscape Pro. Open the material of Landscape Pro version 2 and select the last layer.
Wait. That is landscape. That 8 right here. But I don't have it here. Which means I need to make a new instance of this. Instance. Do some contract stuff, man. Worth it. Now I'm going to grab this. And not you. You. Layer 8 right there. Okay. What's going on, Bromley? Shit, man, where you been? I looked under all the rocks. You weren't there. Of course, grabbing this is going to black out everything and fuck it all up. Busy with Houdini classes and work. Hurt. That why I couldn't find you under the rocks. God damn it. Alright, now landscape. That should be already there. Should have an additional layer. Oh yeah. STF, that, maps, test map, shared assets, save. This, we blended STF, pack 3, maps, save. What are you going to do to me? Oh, that's like 800 fucking percent better. It beats the fuck out of that one. And now I can change it if I want to. Alright, so let's figure this out. I'm going to increase the brush size. I'm going to increase the fall off. 0.4, 0.5. Bring this out here. See what this does for me. Working on. I just got done with. Let me see here. How long's it been? It's been a couple months. I think. Has it been a couple months? I feel like it's been a couple months. Um, so I was working on the Viking game. You remember me working on any of that? 6 months. That's gonna change some things, ain't it? You have nothing on the Viking game, really? Fuck. Well, then you've missed a lot. Okay, so let's go through this then. Turn my music back on. All right, so I was picked up in October of last year. To build modular housing for a game called Gods of Asgard. Yeah, October 2022. And I worked on it. It was the very end of September, so we'll call it October. So I worked on it all of the very end of September, like the last week or the last 10 days or something of September, all of October, all of November, all of December, all of January, February, March, April, and May. And they first wanted modular housing for Viking longhouses. The guy's like, why are they all straight? It's like, because you asked for longhouses. By definition, they are straight. So that's what you got. He's like, well, we needed to do this and that. I'm like, yeah, no problem. It'll just take a little bit longer to work the angles out for the rooftops. Ah, fuck. Why is the weed gone? After that, I got that all taken care of. It took me about 200 hours of work time. And then they said, hey man, can you build swords? Well, yeah, of course I can build swords. And then they're like, hey, cool, can you build some axes? So I built some axes. Hey, can you build some Dane axes, some big ones? Yeah, I can build those. Hey, can you build some great swords? Yeah, I can build those. Hey, can you build some even bigger great swords? Yeah, I can do that too. No big deal. Hey, can you build some hoverboards? Like for a Viking game? Yeah, hoverboards. Hoverboards? Like hoverboards. I said hoverboards! Let's build hoverboards. So I built hoverboards. And then some outdoor stuff. You know, just shit to float around. Yeah, hoverboards in a Viking game. But, you know, I Vikinged them out. Made them all Viking-like. You'll like them. I'll show you in a minute. And I made all this shit fucking modular, so they can pick and choose what they want to do. My weed is empty. This is bullshit. Straight up 100% bullshit. Oh no. Quote my lighter, nevermore. There we go. Yum yum. Oi. So let's jump in here. So I built them a modular housing kit, which builds all kinds of fucking houses. I wanted to build one that was obnoxiously large to use for my portfolio piece. So except for the fire, everything is me. The foliage as well. I didn't do the foliage. And here's where we're at. Here's our hearth, or our galley. And I wish they would have kept me on longer, because there's still so much more that I could do with this. Like, there's a lot more to build. Right now it's just fucking eating spaces. I wanted to do beds, more chairs, more things like that, you know? Let's take a look out over here. This turned out really good. Just a cistern for holding the water. You look real close. Right up top here. There it is. Right above her shoulder, I stuck a knife in the ceiling. Some of our big ass swords. That's not a knife, this is a knife. Another hearth. This one, I really like this. So right here, I guess you don't really got a great view of it when you're playing around in character, but that's actually a beef stew that I made in real life. Got some good pictures of it. Use it to make Unreal food. Another little living area. And guys. Brings me back to here. Some weaponry. Here's some of the big ass axes, some of the shields. Smaller axes down here. Our mega swords. May as well be swinging the fucking ass end of a 57 Buick Skylark. Some spears. More shields. Great swords. Where did I put the one-handed swords? Did I put one-handed swords in here? I did. There they are. One-handed swords. Here's the Thane's loft. I really wanted a bed for in here, but I didn't get time to build it, and I ran them kind of out of funding. Now we're back to the middle here, and of course we can go up. So let's go up. Because, you know, I can. I will. I love the chandeliers. They're very horny. We got these areas here. Little living quarters up in this area. And same thing all the way down. Plenty of places for people to hang their hats. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. And then I've got some stuff on the outside as well. Fuck you. I'm rather fond of this one right here. I used Viking runes. It says horn broken, watch for finger. You know, for Viking Road Rage, obviously. Although that card did turn out kind of badass. I'm gonna put myself on the back for that one. Which brings us to hoverboards. Why not? So I got some hoverboards here, and I've got some merged ones, but these are all modular. My camera's going way too goddamn fast. But you go down to 4. There we go. So they're kind of badass. Not sure which one of them has it, but... Oh, it's not this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. Kind of hard to see, but from right here, this one says 1985, and oh wait, no, this one says 1985. This one says 2015, because you know, Back to the Future, right? Delete that guy. I'd like to know why you're not glowing, you assholes. Why are you not glowing? Like you're glowing, but you're not glowing. There should definitely be some UV action going on right there, or UV emissive action going on right there. So they're kind of cool. I did not make the foliage, no. I always claim what I made and never claim what I didn't. Like, why would I make grass? Like, there's grass, man. There's plants right there. There you go. This came from a, yeah, it's Viking grass. This came from the STF Landscape Pro Pack. It's this guy right here, which I definitely got for free on the Unreal Marketplace at some point. But the one thing I really hate about it is the rock face on that particular material. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's ugly. It's just ugly, okay? It's too tiley. I don't like it. So I just grabbed this other material here. Went and figured out how I can make changes to the material that they have. Now I'm repainting Smug Aura Mocks Me. Yeah, right? Bring this brush size down. There we go. I'm going to get in here and at least change the stuff that's nearby. Because I don't like it. That being said, though, I can now change this. So if I go into here, then into here, this is what the material looks like, dude. So wherever the fuck that is, and specifically it's this one. And I have absolutely no idea where it is. Yeah. Not a fucking clue. Either way, I still don't like the material. Not the tiling, it's just the material itself. I don't like it. I would prefer a darker color, such as this. But that's all wired up into fucking here, and it's bizarre. So, what I want to do... This is the one that I just used. I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I kind of like this one. No. This one might not be so bad. Let's see here. What's going on, Hal? These are MabusGames textures. We'll grab this guy. That one. This one. That one. Save that. And if this worked, and it did, that's going to make that change basically on the fly. Alright, it turns out I don't like this one either. It's better than the original one, but I still don't like it all that much. So let's find... Let's try this guy. Hello? Didn't do it. Alright, getting the same problem. First one was better. Was it that guy? That one. Not nearly as noticeable. Okay. Now let's go back to painting this shit up. I'm not too concerned with this grassy look. I'm not really concerned with the shit that's way back because you can't actually see the tiling. But the stuff that's right up on you, right up in your face, oh, it sucks. I'd like to preserve that as much as I can now. Let's get a much smaller brush. Some of this shit. Alright, so first I'm going to tackle the small stuff and move on to the bigger stuff. Now that I'm all up on it, I'm not fond of that feel like a displacement map would be nice. Doesn't seem to give me the option to add a displacement map. So it's just gonna have to kiss my lily ass, huh?
Landscapes. They are a pretty big deal because they are...
I'm gonna hold on to this one. See, the material isn't what I'm really going after. I mean, it is, but this kit has a specific side effect. See all this foliage? It's automatically getting painted in with the material that you paint, with nearly no performance hit. That being said, though, I'll take a look at that. Now, like, see this mountain off over there in the distance? I can't even see the tiling. That one's not really all that bad. The stuff that's right up in the front here, that's the one I'm more concerned with. Now I'll get to all that. Paint all this little shit in. Yes, yes, prepare your shaders. Let's also not forget that I am going to be painting trees and shit into here as well. And rocks and yada yada yada. But mostly this just needs to be passable in the distance. I'm not going to get right up on it. This is not going to be a focal point of the whole fly through. And I'm not trying to spend 3 fucking months or the entirety of summer on a portfolio piece. I get back to making my swords and get shit for my game. My plan. Do you have plans? Intend to pursue them. Right now, I want to get this out of my way because it might get me more work. I also want to save that tutorial. Where did I put you? Here. Copy. I'm gonna drop that into here. That way I don't lose it. Either way, I still hate the color. Yeah, I already fucking grabbed it. Already got it. Went and grabbed all that shit earlier this morning, actually. Look, you can do a landscape of planet Earth. Great. Bring on the mini malls. We'll put them between the mega malls. Everywhere else, let's throw a mini mart. Ha! Nice. You win! The good news is, if I don't like this kit's materials, I can go and grab more. I got all the fucking Mega Scans shit. Really, I just need the materials. Is the Landscape Pro pack still free? Look that one up. It doesn't tell me because I own it. It's a mostly good tool. Landscape Pro is always free. Not bad, I just don't like the fucking... this rock texture. I just don't fucking like it. As much as I try to change it, it doesn't want to goddamn let me. Oh wait. Now I wonder... can I change it? If I do this, what happens? Okay, so that all comes back. Icelandic gravel. Go back to you. Back to you. What happens? I go here. Oh, that does work. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Back down to you. It's enormous. I just spent all that time to fucking go, hang on, what if I... All this. I don't know, I've still got that fucking problem with the, what you call it? Thingamajigger. There. Okay, let's go back to this guy. What the fuck are you? Mask. So if I just broke it. Like, what the fuck are you? Okay, throw that on there. See how bad this gets. Is that a roughness? honestly have no idea what the fuck that was. It was green, whatever it was. Let's close that and save all. I can always re-import the whole damn thing, doesn't matter. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't love it. Goes back up. Let's see what happens. Do I love it or do I hate it? Either. Hmm. What are you gonna do to me now? Eh. May as well experiment for experimenting. Nope, don't like that one either. How you like me now? Just how do I like you now? Slightly better. No. I tried that one, didn't like it. Hmm. I don't think I'm gonna like this one either. Alright. Let's see what this is going to tell us.
Literally the groundwork from which everything is built on top of. So if you have a bad looking landscape, you'll probably have a bad looking scene. So this is part 1 in a new tutorial series that will go over all the secrets to creating photorealistic, natural looking landscapes, just like the ones you're seeing right now. Now, we've all been there. We want to create a nice looking landscape, so we go online, we watch a couple of tutorials, and this can be the result. Yeah, this is pretty bad, but this is how most first landscapes go like. If we look down on the ground, we can see that this texture is noticeably tiling over and over again. Also, the placement of the materials are all wrong. We wouldn't see grass at an 80-degree angle like this. And not to mention, this entire formation of the landscape kind of looks like Play-Doh, and the gloss is all off. Grass and dirt wouldn't really be this shiny. Well, in this series, we will fix all those issues with landscape, starting with that gross texture repetition. So in this video, I will go over 4 tips to hide any texture repetition, so your materials will stop looking like this and start looking like this. Tip number 1, and this tip might be a little bit stupid, but I have to say it, use a good texture. Okay? A bad texture is a bad texture no matter how hard you try. You want to look for textures that are seamless, so they tile without any noticeable edges, and textures without any identifiable landmarks. For example, if you have a grass texture with a rock slapped right in the middle, that texture will be repetitive no matter how hard you try. So, you're probably wondering right now, where can I get high quality, nice textures? Well, that's where MabusGames comes in. MabusGames is a complete library of surfaces.
Yeah, that's what I'm already using.
From real life, specifically for use within Unreal Engine by Epic Games themselves. And all of these textures are completely free. So go through, find some great textures, and just use those. I think for the rest of this tutorial, I'll be using Grass Uncut and Grass Dried. Also, I already have a landscape set up here. You can download the landscape right now, link in the description below. Also, I made a landscape material and an instance if we go into it. This is just a very, very simple landscape material. I have grass right here and dried grass down here, but I'm just going to call it dirt right now to make the parameter naming easier. And a layer blend, which we then break material attributes. That's why I can edit these material attributes after the blend. And finally, just going into the material. If you have no idea what's going on in here or how I even got these textures into Unreal in the first place, I would suggest you go check out the Unreal Engine beginner tutorial right now, where I will go through the process of importing Megascan textures into Unreal and create a material that's almost identical to this one. Tip number 2, use a macro variation texture. Essentially what this is one texture being tiled 3 times at different scales. So you have your small detail, medium detail, large detail, and you overlay this onto your landscape. And what this does is that it just breaks up the texture and adds random black splotches everywhere, which is great for adding color variation. So first things first, you want to find the gold material located within your starter content. You want to open up the gold in the starter content, and let's steal these nodes right here. Control C and Control V. So immediately we'll notice that there's 3 textures tiled at different sizes. This is for small detail, medium detail, and large detail. And then we have multiply to add all these details together, and a reduce node because by default this is way too dark. And then I'm going to go add it at this location because I want this affecting my entire material, not just one portion. So hold M, connect those nodes up, and here is before macro variation, and now here is after macro variation. And immediately that is such an improvement. The landscape is already looking a lot more realistic just by adding random black splotches everywhere. Tip number 3, use a distance blend to control the sizes of your texture. So if you're far away, the texture will be larger, and if you're up close, the texture will be smaller. Okay, so we will use the distance blend node. So right click, distance blend. And I'm going to promote both of these to a variable. So right click, promote to variable. And to actually see what this is doing, I'm going to plug the result of this into base color. So I'm back in my world and I have my material instance open up. That's how I can see what the parameters are doing. So the start offset will control where this blend starts. So how far until it starts blending between the textures. So right now it's at -1000. I could change this to -5000 to make the blend really far. I think I'll split the difference and make this -2000 for now. Blend range is really cool because this controls the fall off or how blurry or sharp this edge is. So if I just increase it, you can see slowly we're getting more of a nice fall off. So I think I'll leave this around 10,000. Yeah, right there. So let's set up our distance blend to be used with our grass material. I'm going to come over here and bring this over to my grass and connect this back up. Come back here and I'm actually going to duplicate these UV landscape chords, plug them up, and name the new one, let's do grass far. And I found a setting of 0.05 to be good. And grass size, we're going to leave that 0.25. I call this near. So now I'm going to plug this into my textures, and if you notice, it would just override where this is. So we have to duplicate each of these textures, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Now, once you have it duplicated, we're going to plug in this UV landscape chord into our new textures. And finally, use a lerp that's connected to this distance blend that will actually drive which texture is being used. And we can already see within the little texture previews that the grass size far is already larger than the smaller one. So this is great. This is what's going to be blended between the two. And finally, connect them back up into their respective slots. So now if we're really close to our landscape, we get the small texture, and if we go far away or look into the distance, we can see that we're getting the larger texture. Right now, this is set up as a very subtle effect. If we go into our material instance, I could change this to make it a lot more obvious. So if we go grass far size, make this to 0.001. Then you're seeing the difference, but now this looks bad, so I'll just bring it back to where it was. Tip number 4, vary your landscape with multiple materials. So if you've ever been outside, it's been a while, but if you do go outside, you'll see that the ground is not just made up of grass. It has other textures, other materials on it, like dirt, piles of leaves, sand. So you want to mimic that in Unreal. To do so, I can use my paintbrush and a dirt layer selected and just manually go through this entire landscape and paint in variation spots. But that would take way too long. So instead what I will do is use this Perlin noise texture in my starter content. Drag that in my landscape. Set up the landscape chords. I'm going to rename this to dirt blend size. And I found a value of 0.01 to be good. So I'm going to plug this into a blend material attributes node, with A being grass and B being dirt. And plug this into the grass layer. And we can see we're getting some nice splotches of dirt everywhere. Now I actually think these splotches are too small right now, so I'm going to go bring this up to 0.001. Okay, this is much better. So now we get some nice material variation, as well as adding a nice layer of color variation to this landscape. So I could fine tune this blend even more by adding a little bit more nodes. So something I like to do for pretty much all my black and white max is, let's get out there, go back in landscape, use a multiply node to control the amount of variation, and then use a power node to control the contrast. Okay, so I set both the amount and the power to 1. That's how by default it's not making any changes to this blend. And now if I go to amount, I can control how much dirt is being brought in, and I can also control the contrast of that dirt with the power. And now we can see it's turning purple right now, and that's because the dirt layer is being layered on top of itself over and over again, and that's what's giving it this weird purple effect. I can fix that by going into landscapes, right click, bringing in a clamp node, and just hooking it up like this. Now I can see that my power amount is adding in contrast, and my blend amount can add even more dirt or take away dirt. So now I have a lot of control over that blend. Okay, so right now I think this is way too sharp. It's kind of like more like a planet texture than actual landscape texture. So I'm going to bring this back to where it was and decrease the amount to 1. So just the defaults. And I highly encourage you not to just use a simple dead grass texture, but actually go in and layer even more different types of grasses, different types of dirt, to really get a realistic result. Okay, so we are done. So don't forget to check out part 2 in this series, where we are going to make an auto landscape. So it will auto.
Alright, I'm going to revisit that one later. Ice Creek, you're right. That was a very good tutorial. I like it. Alright. Next. Turn our music back on. Alright, so for right now, I'm going to leave this where it's at. I'm going to revisit that later. What's going on, Lewis? And in the meantime, back into landscape. Sorry, not landscape, foliage. I've got many, many trees. Wish I could grab more trees. Like, all at the same goddamn time. That is making me a little bit insane. What are you? Two. Where are all of my goddamn options? There we go. Make that 5. Make this 10. Is there a fucking scale lock? Go. Those are fucking huge. That's more like it. Good. Hey, fuck off. This one's right up on me. Getting all these guys in. Rush. No. That shit's gonna get clipped. Go back and erase them if I have to. Not super concerned. better. Still not crazy about the fucking rock face on the mountains. Like, at all. Do something about that. All right. Hmm. We're off to an okay start. I really don't like the mountains. At all. I don't like it. What I do like is the foliage. I do not like that fucking mountain. So that's gonna have to get changed. When you're right up on it, it's not so bad. I lied, that sucks. Hmm. What can we do about this? Hmm. Put some mega scans in. Block the view quite a bit. Everything's looking good, but the fucking goddamn mountain. And I don't like it. Hmm. Better view here. Oh, fuck. I'm not in love with it. Not in love with it at all. Alright, I'll figure something out. Okay, guys, we're gonna take off here. It is 7:42. I'm gonna go be a dad for a while. Have another sip of my tea. Let's go see who's on. Science on. He is... We'll raid my friend Mr. Science. And visit for a few minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining me today. This has been Building Shit with me, MabusGames. I will be back again on Tuesday for more game development action. I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. And raid science, raid hard, raid now. Have fun.